Do you ever struggle with imposter syndrome?
Absolutely.
And how do you manage that? Because that's a whole thing too that can block you from connecting at a deeper level.
I remember the first time that BJ asked me to present at Winter Summit. My first response in my brain was, what do I have to offer? Genuinely.
Yeah.
I second guessed my ability to offer anything of value to the membership that was going to be at that group that day. And it has now, going through those exercises now a couple times, I have a ton of value. I am a bit older. And so I do have experience. I have wisdom. I have the scars of some really challenging and negative events. I have presented to BTA members about really challenging situations at my business. I've cried in front of members. Like, I didn't think I would, as a man, you're like, are you kidding me? I would never do something like that. And then I'm like, here I am presenting about a really challenging work situation that happened in 2023. And I'm like bawling because I care. I care so much about my team. I care about the members. I wanted my story to be heard. I just didn't think that would like create that much emotion in me. And I want to just push back on everybody to say, you do have value. Your voice matters, and don't second guess it. Like, find it, figure out, navigate it. Like, it does take time and awareness, but it's there, and you have tremendous value to whatever community you're a part of.
Yeah, because I think some people will be like, well, I just run $1 million business. This guy runs a $10 million business. So what could I possibly teach him?
Totally.
And it's not true, is it?
No.
It's like, cool, man, but there's things that you've done in your life, in your business, in the way you treat people, in the way you lead others, in the way that you think, your philosophies even, that could blow a guy away who's running a $10 million business, which, by the way, is just a number.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And businesses are different. I mean, I won't forget the time I was in a coaching group session with a bunch of builders in BTA. This was a builders. I just so happened in a leader circle session. It was literally me, a property service business that does an average job size about $1,200 to $1,500 job, with like a dozen guys doing their average job size was like 500,000.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm describing how we use company cam and my remote team workers to remotely quote everything. Like 98% of our work is quoted remotely. And you could just see their faces being like, are you kidding me? Like, you did over 2,000 jobs last year.
You didn't even realize how impressive that was.
I thought that was nothing, Danny. I thought it was like what I had done was nothing special at all. And these guys' minds were just like, holy smokes, I have to go to every job. I have to do this. I have to do that. That's not possible. And I was like, well, couldn't you at least like do XYZ first in your introductory? Oh yeah, I guess I could. And you're like, yeah, you could totally. And that would shave a ton of time off of your very busy schedule. Right. And so again, goes back to that, like, what you don't know, you don't know. So when you think that what you've developed or what you know only applies to you or to one little small core, get rid of that.
Yeah.
Because it actually can apply to a lot of situations.